Good Thursday morning to you. Today is April 16th, and here is my advice for you today. I think we all need to relax. Chill out a little bit today. Soak up what is the forecast for today. I actually can't wait to give it to you because it's really boring. But after last night and after this whole week, are you tired of storms? Totally natural to feel tired of storms, tired of having to pay attention to the weather, tired of all the anxiety that just comes with that. Whether that affects you or not, it does a lot of people. Understand that. So let's all take a break today. Let's chill. It's the day after tax day, too. Everybody just take a breather today. But don't go too far. We have a lot to talk about tomorrow. So we'll get into that in just a second. We'll just do all that. Let's do the good stuff first. Let's take it one step at a time on this beautiful Thursday morning. So today's gorgeous forecast, but also the rest of the details are brought to you by State Line Group. Over in Hume, great to have a local sponsor bringing us an option for storm shelters. Lots to talk about that. Always is this time of year, so it's great to have a go-to locally for that. Lots of projects that they can do and lots of things that they can help you out. Bigger commercial projects or stuff around the house. Facebook page is a great place to go. Get an example for all the professional work that is available to you right here in our area from State Line Group. Kyle Best, there's the phone number. Take a screenshot. So here is how I do things. If you've been on here with me for a little while, I am not an alarmist. I hope you don't feel like I am. There's lots of people out there that love to give you lots of anxiety. Great, big, huge, flashy graphics for days. Like I say, driving up that anxiety, getting you to click. I will tell you what I know. That's how I do things, right? So here's what I know. We get to relax today. Tomorrow, I'll just put it this way. Friday is the greatest chances of severe weather all week. I talk about ingredients aligning, being in the right place, the multiple ingredients to severe weather. It's never a for sure. Several things have to happen at once. Friday is the day that all of those line up just right. All of those things come together just right. And not for some moderate storms either, for some strong to very severe storms possible. That is tomorrow. So we're going to go through those details. So that's how we're going to do things this morning. But anyway, like I say, nothing to worry about today. It's pretty great. Here's the severe weather outlook for tomorrow. Have not seen this in quite a while. This is a level 3 out of 5. This is an enhanced risk there in the orange. Here are the specific threats as we go through. Tornadoes will be something that we need to watch out for again tomorrow. We have a little bit more of that classic setup where we have possibly some discrete cells forming first. So always we're suspicious for tornadoes in there. Possible supercell orientation going on. That's what we've been talking about. We were talking about that last night. That's what started off what wound up over in Clinton. That's what went through Hillsdale. It's what was lined up to go through southwestern Bates County. So again, we have that, but then we have that transition as a front moves through to a linear orientation, bringing us strong straight line winds, but we actually still have to talk about tornadoes a little bit more with that threat too. So all of that coming together to give us a significant tornado outlook for tomorrow. Again, still talking about Friday here. Haven't seen this color in a long time. Severe wind outlook. It is because, and I will show you the data, looking like how that's going to line up as of now. We still have a day to go, so tomorrow morning will be pivotal. But I think wind is our most likely threat, and these are up into possibly the 75 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts possible, which we haven't talked about in a long time. So wind for sure for everybody tomorrow. Hail most likely for lots of people as well. So wind definitely, hail scattered, possible tornadoes again. I think that's putting everything in the right order as of this morning's data. Okay, let's go through the schedule. Again, subject to change. There is a front that drives some of this. So that's going to move things around a little bit. But I'm surprised how much this has been locked in over about the last 3 days. So I'm dialed up to about 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Again, Friday afternoon, not today, everybody. So what I'm seeing here is just exactly what I described to you, except that these do have the potential to come together as strong cells, possibly be talking about supercells. But around 3 p.m., we could be talking about clustering cells. We could be talking about discrete cells. So in these discrete cells, we talk about hail for sure. They'll be elevated. So we could talk about hail, wind gusts, yeah, but tornadoes, right? This is where our tornado orientation has kicked off. So by 4 or 5 p.m., it looks like we transition more over to a linear threat getting started here in eastern Kansas. But look what data has given us. And I've been looking at this for like the last 2 days, you guys. We're into the high-res data now, so I'm bringing this to you because it's most reliable. But look what happens out in front of the front. Here comes our frontal storms. We still have these discrete cells. So these are the tornadoes that can get on the ground and stay on the ground for a while. Normally, I like to say, it's actually just become part of my nature to say, hey, once we get into a linear system, that tornado threat decreases. Well, it decreases tomorrow, but not all the way down as far as it usually does. And I'll show you why in just a second. So we do still have to watch out for some possible spin-up tornadoes along the line, which we normally just don't have to worry about as much, but we will have to pay attention to that again tomorrow. So here is about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8, 9, 10 before all this pushes out of here. So go back through the scheduling and what's looking right now. And again, keep in mind with me, we have tomorrow to go through, but I see things kicking off between 2 and 3 tomorrow. And I see multiple threats, all hazards in play up here through at least 8 o'clock. So that's how the schedule for all those possible threats are looking as of tomorrow. Digging into that severe weather threat, every time I see the Storm Prediction Center do that, I want to go over it before I bring it to you. Essentially convincing myself also that, yes, this is lining up to be what it looks like. So I look at a few things like significant tornado parameter. Do we really need to talk about tornadoes? Yes. Again, the way that the significant tornado parameter presents itself this morning, I would like to think, along with Storm Prediction Center data, that we're talking about weaker tornadoes. It's hard to predict the possible strength of a tornado. EF0, EF1, maybe an EF2. So again, some of the tornadoes that we have seen have been on the weaker end. Thank God the last couple of days, not so much up towards Hillsdale, but again, that's how things line up. So we do need to at least talk about the probability of those. I'm impressed by the CAPE values. CAPE is available energy. Like I say, we should have substantial heating taking place, lending those storms significant energy. We start to talk about strong storms when we get up over about 1,000 joules. You guys have heard me say that a lot. We get to 2,000, we are definitely talking about the potential for severe storms. So I'm seeing anywhere between 3,500 and a few pockets closer to 4,000 joules. So we know there's lots of energy for these storms to work with tomorrow afternoon. So we got to check that one off the list. Here, this looks like a bunch of colors, but it's a reminder to me to tell you, this is what I was talking about also as the linear threat takes over. Which direction are the winds blowing? And so the winds closest to the surface, the shear effect closer to the surface, and I was talking about that a little bit in last night's live stream, is not quite parallel to the front. Slightly orthogonal to the front is the word, but what it means is it's not parallel, it's just a little bit askew to the front, I guess is one way of saying it. And so that's a setup that as it gets more parallel, we have to watch about those possible spin-up tornadoes being able to form a little bit more normally, a little bit more readily than in other environments as things become linear. So we don't quite get to cross the tornado threat off as we go through later into the evening. So that's how things look this morning. I just wanted to put it all out there for you. Again, after 3 o'clock, so really after 2 o'clock. Today's a great day. Just one more time, go over where you will be, what your plans will be for tomorrow. It is the most significant threat of the whole week, and we've already dealt with enough this week. Here's your 10-day temperature forecast update, just to go ahead and talk about temperatures alone. We've been talking about a cooler weekend. It'll be 55-ish on Saturday, maybe a few showers left over for Saturday morning, but the weekend is dry. So the weekend is boring. I may not talk to you at all this weekend. It'll be quiet. It will be cool. It'll be really cool on Sunday morning. We should get down into around the mid-30s. So we hit the 70s next week. It's going to cool off just a bit after this week. Probably not back to the 80s until around Thursday. So, all right, you guys, that is the information in a non-hype way. That is what I see. When I see a threat that significant, I want to put out the details. Again, soak up today. It's a beautiful day. I will keep you posted for sure. Have a good one.